Imagine walking into a real-life fantasy. Giant stone cities carved into cliffs, floating islands in emerald seas, entire forests made of stone pillars. That's what we're doing today. I'm taking you to 10 places on Earth that look like they were generated by a computer. And they're all UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Places so valuable, they're protected for future generations. What makes a place unbelievable? When your brain can't process that it's real. Let's get into it. First up, a city in the clouds carved by an ancient empire that vanished centuries ago, Machu Picchu. I flew to Peru, took a train, then a bus up a terrifying road, and it's worth every second. You walk through this gate and bam, an entire stone city perched almost 8,000 feet up. Massive emerald peaks encircle it, the Urubamba swirling thousands of feet below. No iron tools, no wheels, no modern machinery. Yet the stonework is so precise you can't fit a credit card between blocks. Over 700 terraces fed the city and stabilized the slopes during heavy rains. Genius engineering. The Intihuatana stone likely aligned with the solstices, an astronomical clock carved in rock. The place feels sacred, powerful, like the Incas guarded a secret we've lost. UNESCO inscribed it in 1983. There's nothing else like it on Earth. A masterpiece suspended between heaven and earth that photos can't capture. You have to be here. In Jordan, you enter Petra through the Picchu, a narrow canyon with walls soaring above you. Then, there it is, the treasury, carved straight into rose-red rock. Movie set unreal. One of the biggest wow moments on the planet. Capital of the Nabateans over 2,000 years ago. Engineers and traders who carved hundreds of tombs, temples, and homes. Hike to the monastery, bigger than the treasury. The scale is mind-bending. The rock shifts colors all day, and the city feels alive. Lost to the west for centuries, Petra was inscribed by UNESCO in 1985, an archaeological wonder that still holds secrets. A city carved into stone, architecture blended with landscape. Unreal, unforgettable. Before sunrise, the balloons light up the dark. Thousands of temples and pagodas rise from the mist. This is Bagan, Myanmar. It's like floating over an ocean of ancient brick islands. Over 2,200 temples remain from an era when there may have been more than 10,000. Built between the 11th and 13th centuries, faith made stone and paint. Explore by e-bike down dusty paths to hidden art and serene courtyards. UNESCO listed Bagan in 2019, preserving a landscape that feels like a dream. Sunrise to sunset, Bagan breaks your brain, in the best way. Imagine a fairy tale monastery on a tiny rock, cut off by the sea every day. This is Mont Saint-Michel, France. Europe's fastest tides transform it into a true island in hours. A layered medieval stronghold crowned by a Gothic abbey that spirals to the sky. For 1,000 years, pilgrims braved tides and quicksand to reach it. UNESCO inscribed the Mount and Bay in 1979, protecting the whole environment. You enter the gates and climb a maze of medieval streets. Pure magic, like stepping onto a fantasy set. Angkor Wat, Cambodia's colossal temple city. The largest religious monument on Earth, over 400 acres, bigger than Vatican City. Built in the 12th century, Hindu origins dedicated to Vishnu, later Buddhist. 5 lotus towers, endless courtyards, and miles of bas-reliefs. A stone storybook of epic mythology. Beyond Angkor Wat, a city of temples, where at Ta Prohm, the jungle wraps stone. UNESCO listed Angkor in 1992. Epic scale, incredible art, and a lost civilization's grandeur. Watching sunrise here is pure bucket list awe. Vietnam's Ha Long Bay. Thousands of limestone towers in jade green water. It feels like sailing through an ink painting. Ha Long means descending dragon. Some islands are hollow with enormous caves, secret worlds within. Paddle a dark tunnel, emerge into a walled lagoon, paradise. Inscribed in 1994 and expanded, globally significant karst geology and biodiversity. Natural wonder meets human culture, peaceful and powerful. A landscape you have to see to believe. Goreme, Cappadocia, an alien-looking world of stone cones called fairy chimneys. Born of volcanoes, sculpted by wind and water. People carved homes, monasteries, even cities, some 8 levels deep. Byzantine frescoes still glow after 1,000 years. Sunrise balloon flights turn the sky into a dream. UNESCO listed Goreme in 1985. Sleep in a cave hotel, wake to a sky of color. It doesn't feel like Earth, more like another galaxy. Plitvice lakes, Croatia, tiered turquoise lakes linked by hundreds of waterfalls. The clarity is unreal, like a painted world. Water deposits travertine, building natural dams. The landscape is still growing. Boardwalks take you across a living artwork of water and wood. From lush summer greens to fiery autumn reds, the park transforms. Among the first natural UNESCO sites in 1979, protected so its purity endures. Sometimes reality is more surreal than any dream. Wulingyuan, Zhangjiajie, sky-high sandstone pillars that inspired Pandora. Forests grow atop knife-thin towers. When clouds roll in, the mountains seem to hover. Ride the world's tallest outdoor elevator, over 1,000 feet in under 2 minutes. Walk cliff paths and high bridges through a stone forest. More than 3,000 pillars formed by eons of erosion. A UNESCO site since 1992, nature's science fiction masterpiece. In the Philippines, the Ifugao carved entire mountains into rice terraces 2,000 years ago. Giant stairways climbing to the sky, often called the Eighth Wonder. Ingenious irrigation channels cascade water from forest headwaters through every terrace. A cultural landscape sustained by knowledge passed down generations. Mirrors in flood, fluorescent green in growth, golden at harvest, ever-changing art. UNESCO listed in 1995, living, sustainable engineering in harmony with nature. A perfect blend of human hands and wild landscape. We've seen cities in the clouds, kingdoms carved from rock, and mountains that float. These UNESCO sites prove our world is more magical than any fantasy. They're treasures we all share and must protect. Tell me which place you'd visit first, and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures. See you in the next video.